In the vast and emotional history of football, there are names that do more than win matches. They define eras, carry dreams, and give identity to millions of people who believe in something bigger than the game itself. Liverpool Football Club, a club built on passion, pain, miracles, and redemption, has been shaped by figures who did not simply wear the red shirt, but became it. Among those figures stand two giants from different generations. Two warriors from different worlds, yet bound forever by Anfield, belief, and destiny. Gerrard and Mohamed Salah. Their journeys did not overlap on the pitch, but their legacies are deeply intertwined in spirit, purpose, and impact. One was born in the shadow of Anfield, raised by the city, forged by loyalty and heartbreak. The other rose from a small village thousands of miles away, carrying faith, hope, and ambition across continents to become a global icon. Together, they represent the soul and evolution of Liverpool, past and present, struggle and triumph, foundation and fulfillment. This is not just a story about trophies or statistics. This is a story about responsibility, pressure, and what it means to carry millions of hearts with every touch of the ball. It is about leadership in different forms, one through raw emotion and relentless fire, the other through calm excellence and consistency. It is about dreams delayed and dreams realized. Gerrard fought to keep Liverpool believing during its hardest years, refusing to let the flame die. Salah arrived when the fire was ready to roar again, turning belief into dominance and history into reality. Their stories remind us that football is not always about who lifts the trophy, but about who carries the club when it is heaviest and who finishes the journey when the moment finally arrives. This is the story of two legends, one club, and a legacy that will echo at Anfield forever. George Gerrard is one of the most iconic figures in the history of English football. A name forever intertwined with Liverpool Football Club, leadership, loyalty, and unforgettable moments on the biggest stages of the game. Born on May 30, 1980, in Wiston, Merseyside, and raised in the nearby working-class area of Huyton, Gerrard grew up breathing football. Like many boys in Liverpool, his childhood revolved around the ball, the streets, and the dream of playing at Anfield. He joined Liverpool's youth academy at the age of 9, a decision that would shape not only his life, but also an era of the club's history. Even as a child, Gerrard showed traits that would later define him: intensity, determination, courage, and a deep emotional connection to the game. His early development was not without hardship. He famously suffered a serious injury as a youngster after impaling his foot on a garden fork, but his recovery only strengthened his resilience and mental toughness. Gerrard made his senior debut for Liverpool in 1998, gradually establishing himself in the first team through hard work rather than instant stardom. Initially playing as a right back and then as a defensive midfielder, he quickly stood out for his energy, powerful tackling, long-range shooting, and fearless attitude. By the early 2000s, he had become a central figure in Liverpool's midfield, combining physical strength with technical quality and a remarkable ability to influence games at crucial moments. In 2003, at just 23 years old, Gerrard was named Liverpool captain, a responsibility he embraced fully. The captain's armband seemed to amplify his performances, turning him into the emotional heartbeat of the team. The player teammates looked to in moments of pressure and adversity. The defining night of Steven Gerrard's playing career and one of the most famous matches in football history came in the 2005 UEFA Champions League final in Istanbul. Liverpool, facing AC Milan, went into halftime trailing 3-0 and seemingly defeated. What followed became legend. Gerrard sparked the comeback by scoring the first goal with a powerful header, then drove his team forward with relentless belief and intensity. Liverpool equalized, forced extra time, and ultimately won on penalties. Gerrard's leadership, passion, and refusal to accept defeat embodied the spirit of that miraculous comeback, cementing his legacy not just as a great player, but as a symbol of hope and resilience. That night transformed him into a global football icon and forever linked his name with one of the greatest comebacks ever seen. Throughout his career at Liverpool, Gerrard was known for his versatility and all-around excellence. He could defend, create, score, and dictate the tempo of a match. His long-range goals became his trademark, often arriving at decisive moments, thunderous strikes from outside the box that lifted the crowd and changed the course of games. He played a crucial role in Liverpool's successes during the 2000s, including multiple domestic cups, the UEFA Cup, and the Champions League. Individually, he received numerous accolades, including the PFA Players' Player of the Year in 2006 and multiple selections in FIFA and UEFA Team of the Year honors. Despite playing in an era dominated by elite midfielders such as Frank Lampard, Paul Scholes, Xavi, and Andrea Pirlo, Gerrard consistently stood among the best. Admired for his completeness and leadership, one of the most defining aspects of Gerrard's career was his loyalty to Liverpool. Despite strong interest from major clubs, especially Chelsea, during their rise under Roman Abramovich, Gerrard chose to stay at Anfield, prioritizing loyalty and identity over guaranteed trophies elsewhere. This decision endeared him even more to Liverpool supporters, who saw him not just as a player, but as one of their own. However, this loyalty also brought heartbreak. Perhaps the most painful moment came during the 2013-14 Premier League season, when Liverpool came agonizingly close to winning their first league title in 24 years. A late-season slip against Chelsea, ironically involving Gerrard himself, became one of the most tragic images in Premier League history. Although Liverpool ultimately fell short, Gerrard's emotional reaction showed how deeply he cared, reinforcing the human side of his legendary status on the international stage. Steven Gerrard represented England over 100 times, captaining the national team and playing in multiple World Cups and European Championships. While England never achieved major tournament success during his era, Gerrard was often one of the standout performers, delivering decisive goals and commanding midfield displays. His international career was sometimes overshadowed by tactical challenges, particularly in fitting him alongside other elite midfielders. But his commitment and passion for the national shirt were never questioned. He remains one of England's most respected captains, admired for leading by example rather than words alone. In 2015, after nearly 2 decades at Liverpool, Gerrard left the club and joined LA Galaxy in Major League Soccer. His move to the United States marked the closing chapter of his playing career. While his time in MLS was relatively short, it allowed him to experience football in a different environment and transition mentally toward life after retirement. He officially retired from professional football in 2016, leaving behind a legacy defined by loyalty, leadership, and unforgettable moments. After retirement, Gerrard quickly moved into management, beginning his coaching journey within Liverpool's academy before taking on the role of manager at Rangers FC in 2018. At Rangers, he made an immediate impact, restoring pride and competitiveness to the club and eventually leading them to an undefeated Scottish Premiership title in the 2020-21 season, ending Celtic's long dominance. This achievement significantly boosted Gerrard's reputation as a manager, showing that his leadership qualities translated beyond the pitch. He later managed Aston Villa in the Premier League and gained further experience at the highest level of management, continuing to evolve as a football mind. Beyond football, Steven Gerrard is known as a family man and a respected public figure in England. Married to Alex Curran, he is a father and has often spoken about the importance of family, discipline, and values instilled during his upbringing. His autobiography and later media work further revealed a reflective and humble personality, aware of both his greatness and his regrets. Gerrard's story is not one of perfection, but of passion, sacrifice, and emotional connection to the game. In the end, Steven Gerrard's legacy cannot be measured solely by trophies or statistics. He represents something deeper, the idea of a one-club legend in a modern era driven by money and movement. A captain who carried his team on his back, and a player who thrived in the biggest moments when belief was fading. For Liverpool fans, he is more than a footballer, he is a symbol of identity and hope. For football lovers worldwide, Steven Gerrard remains one of the greatest midfielders to ever play the game. Remembered not just for how he played, but for what he stood for. Mohamed Salah is one of the most extraordinary footballers of the modern era. A global icon whose journey from a small village in Egypt to the pinnacle of world football represents talent, sacrifice, faith, and relentless determination. Born on June 15, 1992, in Negrig, a modest village in the Garbia Governorate of Egypt, Salah's childhood was defined by simplicity and struggle. Football was not just a hobby for him. It was an escape and a dream. As a boy, he traveled for hours every day, sometimes up to 5 hours round trip to attend training sessions in Cairo, enduring exhaustion, long bus rides, and financial hardship. These early sacrifices forged his discipline and mental strength, shaping the humility and hunger that would later define his career. Even at a young age, Salah showed explosive speed, natural balance, and a deep love for the ball, qualities that set him apart despite limited resources. Salah began his professional career with Al Makaloun Arab Contractors in Egypt, making his debut as a teenager. His performances quickly drew attention, but his rise was interrupted by tragedy when the Port Said Stadium disaster in 2012 halted the Egyptian league. This dark moment unexpectedly opened a door for Salah, as European clubs began scouting Egyptian talent. Swiss club FC Basel signed him later that year, marking the beginning of his European journey. At Basel, Salah adapted rapidly to the demands of European football, showcasing his pace, dribbling, and composure. He played a vital role in Basel's domestic success and produced eye-catching performances in the UEFA Champions League, including memorable goals against Chelsea, which would soon alter the course of his career. In 2014, Salah joined Chelsea, one of England's biggest clubs, but his time in London proved challenging. Opportunities were limited, and confidence was difficult to build amid fierce competition. For many players, this period could have ended the dream, but Salah's story is one of resilience. Rather than fading, he reinvented himself. Loan moves to Fiorentina and later Roma in Italy allowed him to rediscover his rhythm and belief. In Serie A, Salah flourished, becoming one of the league's most dangerous attackers. At Roma, he matured tactically and mentally, improving his decision-making, finishing, and consistency. By the time he left Italy, he was no longer just a fast winger, he was a complete forward, ready for greatness. That greatness fully emerged in 2017 when Salah returned to England. Signing for Liverpool Football Club, from his very first season, he shattered expectations and records. Salah scored goals with breathtaking regularity, breaking the Premier League record for most goals in a 38-game season and earning the Golden Boot. His left foot became one of the most feared weapons in world football, capable of curling finishes, powerful strikes, and moments of individual brilliance. Beyond numbers, Salah transformed Liverpool's identity, becoming the focal point of a devastating attacking trio and lifting the club back to the elite level of European football. His humility, work rate, and connection with fans made him instantly beloved at Anfield. Salah played a decisive role in Liverpool's resurgence under Jurgen Klopp, contributing to historic successes, including the UEFA Champions League triumph in 2019 and the long-awaited Premier League title in 2020, ending a 30-year league drought. He consistently delivered in the biggest moments: Champions League finals, title-deciding matches, and intense derbies, cementing his reputation as a clutch player. Season after season, he maintained elite standards, winning multiple Golden Boots and individual honors while breaking records for African and Liverpool goal scorers. Salah became not only one of Liverpool's greatest players, but also one of the greatest African footballers in history on the international stage. Mohamed Salah is a symbol of hope and pride for Egypt and the Arab world. As captain of the Egyptian national team, he carried immense expectations, leading Egypt to Africa Cup of Nations finals and guiding them to the 2018 FIFA World Cup, their first appearance in nearly 3 decades. Although international silverware has eluded him so far, Salah's impact transcends trophies. His presence has united millions, inspired a generation of young players across Africa and the Middle East, and elevated Egypt's profile on the global football stage. His performances under pressure, often while playing through injuries, reflect his deep sense of responsibility to his country. Off the pitch, Salah's influence is equally powerful. Known for his humility, discipline, and strong faith, he has become a role model far beyond football. His public expressions of belief, charitable contributions to his hometown, and respectful demeanor have earned admiration worldwide. Salah has funded schools, hospitals, and infrastructure projects in Egypt, quietly giving back to the community that shaped him. His global popularity has also challenged stereotypes, making him a symbol of unity, representation, and cultural pride. He is not just a football star, but a figure of social significance, particularly for Muslim athletes and fans. As his career has progressed, Salah has continued to evolve, adapting his game with intelligence and professionalism. Even as defenses focus on stopping him, he finds ways to contribute through goals, assists, leadership, and consistency. Longevity at the highest level has become part of his legacy, a testament to his work ethic and mental strength. He is respected by teammates, feared by opponents, and admired by fans around the world. In the end, Mohamed Salah's story is not merely about goals or records, but about perseverance, identity, and belief. From the dusty pitches of Negrig to the roaring nights of Anfield, his journey reflects the power of dreams backed by sacrifice. He represents what is possible when talent meets discipline and humility. For Liverpool supporters, he is a modern legend. For Egypt, he is a national hero. For football itself, Mohamed Salah stands as proof that greatness can rise from anywhere and still remain grounded, faithful, and human. Steven Gerrard and Mohamed Salah belong to different generations, different backgrounds, and different footballing journeys. Yet their stories intersect in a powerful way through Liverpool Football Club, where both became symbols of excellence, leadership, and belief. Although they did not play together on the pitch, Gerrard left Liverpool in 2015. 2 years before Salah arrived in 2017, their legacies are deeply connected by what they represent to the club, the fans, and football history itself. In many ways, Salah carried forward the dream that Gerrard spent his career chasing, turning shared ambition into shared glory, and linking the past and present of Liverpool into one continuous story of resurgence and pride. Both Gerrard and Salah embody the soul of Liverpool, even though they arrived at Anfield in very different ways. Gerrard was a local boy, raised in Merseyside, molded by the city's working-class spirit and the club's traditions from childhood. Salah, on the other hand, came from a small Egyptian village, crossing continents and cultures to reach Anfield. Yet once inside Liverpool's red shirt, the difference disappeared. Both players formed an unbreakable emotional bond with the supporters. They were not just admired for their talent, but loved for their commitment, humility, and ability to rise in moments when the club needed heroes most. Each became the face of Liverpool in their era, carrying the hopes of millions on their shoulders. Achievement-wise, both men defined success at Liverpool, though in different forms. Gerrard's era was one of rebuilding, transition, and near misses, where trophies were hard-earned and moments of magic often compensated for structural instability. Salah arrived during a period of tactical clarity and collective strength under Jurgen Klopp, allowing his individual brilliance to translate into sustained dominance. Despite this contrast, both delivered at the highest level of European football. Gerrard captained Liverpool to the unforgettable 2005 UEFA Champions League triumph, a victory defined by belief and leadership against impossible odds. Salah played a central role in Liverpool's Champions League victory in 2019, helping complete the club's return to the summit of European football after years of frustration. In both cases, they were decisive figures in restoring Liverpool's continental identity. A defining commonality between Gerrard and Salah is their ability to perform on the biggest stages under extreme pressure. Gerrard was known for his clutch goals in cup finals, derbies, and European nightsmans, where he single-handedly dragged Liverpool forward when defeat seemed inevitable. Salah, similarly, has delivered in title races, Champions League finals, and record-breaking seasons, often carrying the attacking burden with consistency and composure. Both players thrived not just on talent, but on mentality inner fire that separates great players from legends. When Liverpool needed belief, both men became the embodiment of it. Individually, Gerrard and Salah redefined what greatness looks like in their positions. Gerrard was the complete midfielder, a leader, a tackler, a playmaker, and a goal scorer rolled into one. Salah reinvented the modern winger, combining explosive pace, clinical finishing, and positional intelligence to become one of the most prolific forwards in Premier League history. Both collected major individual honors, including Player of the Year awards, Golden Boots, and repeated selections among the world's elite. More importantly, both set records that reshaped Liverpool's history. Gerrard as one of the club's greatest captains and midfield scorers, and Salah as the club's all-time leading Premier League goal scorer and one of the greatest African players ever. Leadership is another deep link between the two. Gerrard led through visible emotion, raw intensity, and vocal command. He was the heartbeat of his team, often lifting teammates through sheer willpower. Salah's leadership is quieter, but equally powerful, expressed through consistency, discipline, and example. As Egypt's captain and a senior figure at Liverpool, Salah leads by professionalism and reliability, showing younger players what it means to maintain elite standards year after year. Different styles, same impact, both inspired trust and belief in those around them. Beyond trophies and performances, both Gerrard and Salah transcended football culturally and socially. Gerrard became a symbol of loyalty in an era increasingly defined by transfers and money, famously choosing to stay at Liverpool despite opportunities elsewhere. Salah, meanwhile, became a global ambassador for representation, faith, and unity, breaking cultural barriers while remaining grounded and humble. Both men used their platforms responsibly, earning respect not just as players, but as human beings. Their influence reached far beyond Anfield, shaping how footballers are perceived in society. Perhaps the most poetic connection between them lies in the Premier League title. Gerrard devoted his entire career to winning it with Liverpool, but fell just short, enduring one of the most painful near misses in football history. Salah, arriving years later, helped deliver that long-awaited title in 2020, fulfilling a dream Gerrard helped keep alive. This link has often been described as destiny, one legend laying the foundation, another completing the mission. Gerrard himself publicly celebrated Liverpool's success under Salah, showing the deep mutual respect between the two eras. In the grand story of Liverpool Football Club, Steven Gerrard and Mohamed Salah represent continuity rather than contrast. One carried the club through struggle, the other through triumph, but both shared the same values: commitment, resilience, humility, and excellence. They did not share the pitch, but they share something greater, a place among Liverpool's immortals. Together, their stories form a bridge between past and present, proving that while generations change, true greatness at Anfield remains timeless. And there you have it. The incredible journey of Steven Gerrard, a story of passion, dedication, and unwavering loyalty that has left an indelible mark on the world of football. From his early days kicking a ball in the streets of Merseyside, to rising through Liverpool's youth academy, to captaining one of the most iconic clubs in history, Gerrard's life both on and off the pitch is a testament to the power of perseverance, leadership, and heart. We've explored his unforgettable moments of brilliance, his resilience in the face of challenges, and the legacy he has left not just in trophies, but in inspiration for millions of fans around the world. Steven Gerrard isn't just a footballer, he's a symbol of what it means to fight for your dreams, to lead with integrity, and to stay true to your roots, no matter the temptations or distractions along the way. His story reminds us that greatness is not only measured in titles, but in character, influence, and the countless lives you touch through your dedication and example. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the life and career of Steven Gerrard, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing football stories, biographies, and unforgettable moments from the beautiful game. Your support means the world and allows us to continue bringing these incredible stories to life. And don't forget, if you have any questions about Steven Gerrard, his career, or if you have requests for future football legends you want us to cover, let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you, and your suggestions help shape the content we create. Every comment, every like, and every share contributes to celebrating the legends of football the way they truly deserve. So, once again, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for being part of this incredible football community. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the careers, achievements, and fascinating lives of the world's greatest football stars. Whether it's moments of triumph, stories of loyalty, or lessons in resilience, we'll bring you closer to the legends you admire. And remember, if you have a player in mind, a story you want told, or even a special moment in football history that inspires you, drop a comment, leave a question, and make your voice heard. This is your space as much as it is ours, and together, we'll continue to celebrate the beautiful game in all its glory. Until next time, stay passionate, stay inspired, and keep loving the game, because football, just like Steven Gerrard's career, is all about heart, determination, and unforgettable moments. Like, share, subscribe, and leave your requests down below. We can't wait to see what you want to explore next.